Jamie Fox, and this is Modern Day Fox.
Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to Modern Day Fox. This is Jamie, and I'm here with another Instant Pot great meal prep for dinner. I am going to be using a recipe from one of my favorite bloggers, Jennifer Robbins at Predominantly Paleo. She has a recipe on her blog that I'll link in the description of this video, of course, and it is for Instant Pot beef stew. So I've actually already gone ahead and prepped my vegetables, and this would be a good thing to do ahead of time if you're not going to make it on the same day. You can knock this out on a weekend and just go ahead and prep your potatoes, your zucchini, and your onions. And then I have carrot chips that I'm going to use, just a little quick trick. It was about the same price to get them already chopped. So I have that ready to go. And the first step of the recipe says to add your cooking oil to your pot and put it on saute. I've already done that and it's heating up. And now I'm going to add my stew meat to the hot cooking oil. Just going to stir it around and let that brown. Now that that's brown, the next step is to add in our vegetables. So I'm going to do that now. Stir those as well. Next, going to add in some beef broth. And then all my seasonings. Salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and paprika. Stir in those seasonings. Also 1 bay leaf. The directions were just a little confusing as to when to put the tomato paste in. I didn't see that in the direction list, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the pot now. And then again, it calls for Worcestershire sauce, but it doesn't exactly say when to put that in. I'm just going to go ahead and put about a tablespoon of that in there now. Give it another good stir, and I think I'm ready to fire up my pot. So very easy prep there, just browning the meat, adding the vegetables, adding the broth and the seasoning, the tomato paste and the Worcestershire sauce, and giving it a good stir, and it's ready to go. I'm going to put the lid on, turn my sealing valve, and then I'm going to press meat stew. It automatically sets for 35 minutes. It says in the directions you can either do a quick release or a natural release. I'll probably wait about 10 minutes or so and then release the rest of the pressure, and we'll check out what we have. Okay, we're about 10 minutes past in our release, and so I'm going to go ahead and finish out the steam. And I wish that you could smell through the screen, because it smells amazing. It looks really good too. The next step is to create a slurry. So I'm going to take arrowroot flour as it calls for. And then it calls for broth, but I'm actually just going to use some cold water. I tried the broth and it got really lumpy because it was so hot. And so this is much better, I think, with cold water. And this will help thicken it right up. And then we will pour that in. And then stir. The directions also say at this point you should taste it and see if it needs more salt, and I think it does, so I'm going to add about maybe a half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to add a little bit more Worcestershire. It's seasoned pretty well. I like things really flavorful, so I'm going to just add a little bit more seasoning. Other than that, it tastes really good and it's cooked really well. I'm going to serve this later in the week. I'm going to just pour it into my Tupperware. And that is absolutely lovely. And I think this was a definite success. Again, the recipe from Predominantly Paleo will be linked in the description of this video. If you're following 21 Day Fix, this would be 1 yellow because it does have a lot of potatoes, a half of a green, and 1 red in each serving. So I hope you try it out, and make sure you give some love on Jennifer Robbins' Predominantly Paleo website. And you can also check out my blog, moderndayfox.com, for additional recipes and health and fitness information. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up.